our special guest, Erica Deguire. Erica, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know there's this military connection, so well, welcome to Good Morning Enid, and tell us a little bit about yourself,
Of course,
please.
thank you for having me.
You bet, it's our pleasure.
Yes, my name is Erica Deguire. I am originally from the East Coast, Massachusetts, Rhode Island region. This is my personal first duty station with my husband. We came back after my husband was in the reserves for a while. He became an officer in the Air Force, and our journey took us, thankfully, out to Vance Air Force Base.
To the promised land.
To the promised land.
Okay.
That was quite a change from Massachusetts down to Enid.
Very big change, yes.
So Steve keeps mentioning that you are part of the Vance Spouse Club, but I'm sure a lot of people out there don't know exactly what that is. So could you give us a little explanation of what the Vance Spouse Club is all about?
Sure. The Vance Spouses Club is a private nonprofit organization, and we have approval to operate outside of Vance Air Force Base. We are comprised of spouses on the base and in the local vicinity, and though we are looked at as sometimes as a social organization, we do have a much larger purpose, and that is to promote our charitable and social and educational opportunities, and we provide support for our military families and also give back to our military community and local community, while also promoting our strengths of our spouses within that organization.
We'll talk about some of the, or give you the opportunity to share some of the fundraising events that's coming up and some of the impact that you make in the community here in just a few moments. But I want to know, what does the president do? You are the president of the Vance Spouse Club. So, Madam President, what do you do?
I am a very small piece to a very large part.
Okay.
I facilitate and oversee just kind of making sure that things kind of stay in place. We have a board of 15 members, and each board member has an intricate role in what we do. We also have 25 additional members who play a huge part in our volunteering role within the community for our military and locally. So as president, I kind of just touch base with each of the people within the board and within the organization, and get us all together to make sure that these fundraising opportunities are happening, and that we're strengthening the social opportunities with our spouses on base. So that name president just means I'm overseeing it without everybody, though.
And you get to wear the shirt.
I get
right?
to wear the school shirt, and you can have one too.
Okay.
I love that shirt.
We'll discuss off camera the size that I will need, so, okay.
I know it's called the Vance Spouse Club. Are only spouses allowed to join, or can other people join the club as well?
Yeah, so to become a member of the Vance Spouses Club, you are spouses of active, reserve, retired, and deceased military members in the local area. So that could be, in this area, it's primarily Air Force, National Guard, and Army, or spouses where the military member might be located elsewhere and they're stationed here while their spouses are away. They can also become members.
Okay.
Erica, let me ask you this. Are there membership dues? We're going to talk a little bit later on about your events to raise funds, but does it cost to belong?
Yes, the dues are linked to the associated rate of what your spouse's rank is in the military, and those dues help us pay for the organizational fees for either our socials or insurance or things that we need to have as a nonprofit organization. There are certain requirements to have those things in running, and so those are paid at the beginning of the year, and those are good for the year. They're prorated at the mid-year for our members.
Yeah, and Steve keeps mentioning all these events that you have within the Spouse Club, and one of them that I've heard about is the thrift shop. Could you tell us a little bit more about that one?
Okay, so on base, if you have base, anyone that has base access can come to the thrift shop. It's strictly volunteer run from our spouses on base, and it's run through the donations that we get from people, usually moving in and out of the area, and we house those donations inside of the thrift shop. We are open from 10:30 to 1:30 on Tuesdays, and we've tried something different this year, and we're opening, we're opened the first Saturday of the month from 10 to 12. All the money that we raise there goes to our charitable and giving fund, so that kind of gets rolled back into our scholarships and to our welfare requests that we receive.
We'll talk about scholarships in just a moment, and I just appreciate the emphasis of your club of giving back to the community. And speaking of community, on Saturday, November 10th, is the Holiday Marketplace event, big fundraising event. Tell us about that, Erica.
That is the first of two of our big events, and that is at the Chisholm Expo Center. And we have about 70 vendors that have booths at that event. And there's a variety of things that people will have, holiday goods and specialty food and different arts and crafts. And again, all of that money that we raise from the vendor fees that come in, that all gets enrolled into our scholarship and given fund. We also have a bake sale that day, and that is through donations of spouses and also local community members that give, and all of that gets rolled in together. So it's a really fun event, very different than the craft fairs that I remember growing up, and we have a parade that day, so a lot of people come right after the Veterans Day parade, and they head on over to the Expo Center and come get something to eat and hang out with the Vance Spouse Club.
Sounds fun to me. I'm always ready for a bake sale. So I know we talked about these two big events. Do you have any other events and programs that you host throughout the year?
And our other big fundraising event, which is open to the local community, which a lot of the local community, given that it is a military run or thought from the Vance Air Force Base, from the Vance Spouses Club. We have a charity auction every year around April. This year it will be April 6th at the Central National Bank Center. And we're very fortunate to have the support of our community, so we get donations from various businesses around the area, and we also send out locally and nationally, and we gather all of those donations and bring them over to our charity auction. We have a live and silent auction portion of that, and it is completely open to the community. Dinner is included, and so right after Holiday Marketplace ends, we're going to hop right back into planning our second event. And we hope that more of the community will come knowing that the information is out there. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Erica, for joining us.
Thank you.
I have one final question for you. I know a lot of spouses are still in college, and a lot of them need help getting funding to finish off their college. And I've heard that you raised over $25,000 in scholarships last year. Could you tell us a little bit more about that scholarship program?
Okay, we raised just under $25,000.
Okay, that's still really impressive.
That money goes towards scholarships and welfare requests locally and nationally. Both of those applications can be found on our website, vancespousesclub.com. For the scholarships, high school students, college students, spouses of active duty, and reserves in the area can apply. Also, DoD contractor and civilian positions in the area to apply. So any additional information on both of those can be found on the website. Those applications go up in January for the scholarships and close in March.
Any figure near 25,000 is an impressive number.
Yeah.
So if we could, let's put the Holiday Marketplace event graphic on the screen to remind everybody this is a fundraising event. And so open your pockets, if you will, open your pocketbook and support. And what is the key thing, Erica, about this event? It's just food, family, fun, and
supporting local businesses.
And your fundraising.
Yes, and fundraising. So come on out and come visit the Vance Spouses Club.
Okay. And Erica, one last question.
Yes.
Again, the website.
Yes.
When people watch the show, they want to catch the website so they can go and find out more about the Vance Spouse Club.
Yes, so you can directly contact us through there, vancespousesclub.com. Any questions can be directed to vancespousesclub@gmail.com, and we are pretty good at getting right back to you.
Very good. Thank you for being our guest.
Thank you so much.
And a quick 30 minutes, huh?
That was a very quick 30 minutes.
Okay.